Okay, we're back for real this time.
Hello.
Chris Garlock back for our second broadcast of the day. We're going to be looking at the Redmond Cup with Michael Chen as our pro commentator. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, guys.
And Justin Tang, who is a TD of not only the City League, which was successfully completed yesterday.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Send me your notes.
I will do that at some point today.
Okay. If you weren't so busy directing so many tournaments.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're very happy to have Justin with us to talk about, just remind folks what the Redmond Cup is, how many years it's been, and I think Michael has a little connection to it, if I'm not mistaken.
So the Redmond Cup was started, I believe this is, I don't remember, maybe it's 32nd year?
No, 32 years?
I think
My
it's
God.
been going on for a long time.
Very cool.
Named after Michael Redmond, of course, the only Western 9-dan professional. It's a tournament for youth players in North America, so really it's the strongest youth players across all of North America. They play in a pretty long preliminary that spans several months in the spring, and the top two players in each age division, which is 13 to 17 and under 13, get to come to Congress for free to play in the best of three finals. So we have 4 very talented players in the Redmond Cup. We also have 4 very talented young female players playing in the Girls Cup, which is like a female-only version of the Redmond Cup, also for youth. And we're excited to bring these games to you and see how the future stars of North America will play.
Well, I was looking around the Masters room today, and I was like, wait a minute, is this the Redmond? I mean, it's wonderful to see, young players getting up into these top echelons.
Yeah, some of them are pretty strong.
Very strong. Before we turn things over to Michael, what can you tell us about the folks that we're going to see in these games?
Yeah, so in the senior division, which we'll look at first, we have Josh Lin 6-dan and Kevin Young 6-dan. So they are both actually first-year senior players. And they were both the finalists of the junior division last year. So it's actually very, very uncommon for first-year senior players to also make the finals, but just goes to show how strong they are. I think Kevin won his game this morning against 7-dan. He's been progressing really quickly.
Very handily, by the way, I might say.
And Josh, I believe, won the junior division last year. So I think this year Kevin's going to be looking for some revenge.
Okay.
In the junior division, we have Daniel Zhou, who's I think this is his first time playing in AGA-rated tournaments. He was in Canada, and so we don't know a lot about his strength, but he's very, very strong, and Michael can tell you more about him later.
Okay.
Evan, he won the Redmond Cup Junior Division, I believe, in 2022. This is his second time getting the finals, so he has tough opposition ahead of him, but he is also a very strong, rapidly improving player. In the Girls Cup, we have Zhishuan Gao 5-dan. She has won this tournament, I believe, maybe 2 years already. This is her 3rd year playing in the finals. And then Grace Chen, she 1-dan. This is her first time reaching the finals. It'll be probably a tough match for her, but I think she's going to try her best. She told me earlier today she decided not to play in the Open in the morning so she can rest well and really perform her best.
That's impressive planning.
Yeah.
That's like a Joseki or something.
Yeah. As a 1-dan too, this is for sure an uphill battle. This is a lot of dedication.
Yeah. And in the junior division, we have Riani Duan 2-dan and Sherwei Chen 3-dan. This is the first year for both of them reaching the finals. This is actually the first year that we've had a junior division in the Girls Cup. It used to be under 16, but for girls under 16, but this year we've expanded it to be exactly the same as the Redmond Cup, where there's a under 13 division and a 13 to 17 division.
Well, again, it's really a thrill to see these really strong players. Now, Michael, you have a connection.
I have a connection to
Talk
the Redmond
about
Cup. Most of the Redmond Cup commentaries are going to be covered by previous winners of the Redmond Cup. So when I was 17, I won the Redmond Cup once, and that was after losing in the finals when I was 16. That was 19 years ago. So, they really do mean future stars of the U.S. Go scene. So you'll see many of these players in the future.
Yes.
Let me ask you, and I don't want to get to the commentary, but let me ask you, what did that mean to you? I mean, at the time, as I recall, there were not as many, children in general, young players in general. I mean, we have so many young folks, so it was different back then, yeah.
Maybe half as many as nowadays, and it's very, very good to see all these young players. Means we have a very bright future in North America Go.
Excellent. Well, Justin, thanks for setting the table for us, and I know that you'll be dropping back in to keep us posted
I'll keep you
as we go. All right, thanks so much. And Michael, I'm going to get out of your way and let you do your thing. So let me just get you over.
I'm going to
go actually to the room view for just a second.
Mm-hmm. While we load up the games, Chris is going to, here's the actual room, guys.
And I think
very
that's
nice
the game you want, right?
That's the first game we're going to take a look.
There you go.
Very, very nice. All right, guys.
I'm going to actually you, and I'm going to move off screen.
Nice. Both of these players are playing in the North America Masters division. It's the top 30 players in all of the U.S. Go Congress. So this is quite impressive. Let's see. And there is one more 7-dan player in the Redmond Cup, and he was beaten by both of these players. So you guys can really feel how well these guys play. So let's take a look at the opening. So the Redmond Cup is best of 3. So they're gonna alternate colors in the second round, and in round 3 they are gonna draw for colors again. So Josh is really young. I just heard that Kevin is also 13. Josh is also 13. So it's very rare for under 17 championships to be occupied by 2 players who are only 13 years old. So they might be here for 4 more years. This a dynasty is 3 victories in a row. So they could be here for a while. Quick aside of a story, the current only 2-dan professional in the States called Eric Louis, he won the Redmond Cup 4 or 5 times in a row, and they had to make him stop to make room for a lot of young players at the time. And that was about 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. So very, very interesting. So we have a very normal opening at 4 corners. Black has 2 3-4s. White has a 3-4 and a star point. It's very, very common for black nowadays to approach one of the 3-4 corners. And the low approach is much more popular nowadays than the high approach. So far, everything is by the book, which is AI approved. Okay, and so black defends a corner, so white goes for the other corner. Expect both of these players to be fairly well on top of their game. This attach is relatively uncommon. The more common moves are to, when black plays the knight's move, it's a little bit less pressure on the white stone. Gives white a little more room, so the 3 space sometimes is played. This is totally fine though, and it is good to pick up the next couple of moves. Hane makes sense. But here, notice how white extends into the second line. You guys may be familiar with this old Joseki. This was a very classic old Joseki. It was felt to be a little bit good for black, and now it's confirmed by AI. This is fairly good by black. If the opponent allows you to capture 1 stone, just stay calm and play this Hane move. The result's going to be very slightly good for black by a couple of points. If you're in the mood to fight more, cut is also a fine move. In any case, both of these players are very well versed, so they know that shape is better for black. And so this next move is played a lot. This one is it's very, very interesting because it doesn't play that other move that so if black plays somewhere else, white can play this move, and we have something close to the classic Josekis. White not playing the star point gives black the chance to play the star point, but that's okay. This shape is thought to be a little bit superior to white than just playing this reasonable second line knight's move. And this difference is just this one exchange, but it makes black answer here, which allows white to play another extension. So this is very, very by the book, very nice Joseki sequence, and it's very, very good to learn second-hand Joseki knowledge from strong players like these two. Okay, and black plays this approach, very reasonable, expanding on the top. White jumps, and this peep is a very, very interesting and well played, often played AI Joseki. Very reasonable. Connect is a normal move. There's a whole bunch of other more complicated ways to answer. White just connects, and the next move usually is a knight's move at Q18. See if they played it. They did. This is very, very good. So after this move, the key with this Joseki is there is a classic Joseki where black plays the knight's move, white plays the 3-3, black extends back. In this kind of a classic shape, if black tries to do something more than that, this is a very, very good attempt. So if white plays the same regular Joseki, this exchange is a little bit better for black because white is only strengthening something that's very strong already, this corner, and black is playing a move on the outside, which is going to help something very weak, which is on the upper side. So this is why this is a AI's way of securing a little bit more efficiency. Highly recommended. That makes a lot of sense. Because white connected earlier, gaining a little bit more thickness, safety, one more stone added. So this 3-3 now is no longer that important. So expect white not to play the 3-3 and play something, pincering the lower right black stone. Remember earlier when white played P4, the diagonal move, this move is very common Joseki nowadays, and it puts a lot of pressure on that R5 one black stone. So let's see. White does play the 3. Nope, not yet. Yes, this is what we were talking about. The 2-space pincer is well studied, and it's very good to see both of these players playing such good opening moves. There's going to be nothing wrong with any of these moves so far. Black Tanukis, it is very, very tempting to attempt to save the one stone. I'm under attack, I'm going to save it. I always try to save this. Unfortunately, right now, when white jumps, white's forming pretty good, reasonable development, and when black is forced to continue to defend the 2 stones, it feels like you're being pulled around. White is deciding where to play. So in this case, Tanuki is perfectly fine, and this is a noticeable big point outside of on the rest of the board. So this is very, very reasonable. It can be very daunting to have your opponent play something like this and capture your 1 stone, but that's okay. Just keep developing, and that's the Go theory. So by now we're pretty much past the beginning of the game Joseki stage. This is a very common Joseki follow-up to the top, and white has played this one. This is a very, very good idea. Right now, The left-hand side, because there's a turn by white, white's still generally relatively safe with the group. And so the game could be white's way of sneaking in a little more development and letting the group, letting black play more moves. For example, if white turns right now, it's going to be gote. Black is not going to answer that, and black's going to play something big. But if you let black play the first attacking move and then you play the turn, black may very likely need to connect in order to start, continue to attack white. So this is a very, very advanced technique, leaving the group and allowing it to get weaker. Try it. It's very, very fun. In the game, black continues the Joseki. This is a very common shape. One Joseki is white plays a knight's move, allowing black to go into the corner. This Joseki shape prevents white from playing the attachment. This is cutting the knight's move at the waist. And the specific move is to extend in. You guys see how the N17 is doing its job, protecting this, capturing the two stones. There is another Joseki here, which involves white playing the block. When I first saw this, I was shocked. And the next move is also very shocking. Black just plays a very, very slow-looking diagonal move. When I first saw this, when people played this against me on Fox, I was like, there's no way. And I copied them, but when I got to this point, I always played the larger knight's move. This is a classic case where playing one step further actually sort of slows you down and helps white. So, anyways, they did not pick. They did not pick this Joseki. White played on the outside. Black played the 3-3, and white played a very nice-looking extension here, settling and invading on the top. So now this is a very exciting game. There's plenty of groups going around. White has made a new group, cut the two black sides. Corner's pretty safe, but the corner black group and the left-hand side white group both are not that strong, and so a lot of fighting is likely to happen around here next. Let's see where black chose to play. First, attacking the right-hand side 3 stones. This is a natural follow-up after the 3-3 move. This made black very strong, got some territory, and weakened white. Let's see if white responded to this or how. It does seem like if white takes a tanuki to start attacking on the top, that black is going to ignore it, take the defensive, and continue to add more moves to the right. So the right-hand side does look a little more urgent. Wow, very interesting. A one-space pincering move. You don't see the one-space extension played a lot in the opening. In this case, this move is allowing black to surround white and then connect underneath. So it has a very, very strong follow-up. When black plays a move such as this one, such as a jump down to separate the two white groups, white is looking at the same one space jump. It's not as efficient as some other moves, but black is still separated. And if black spends a move separating white only, still not able to connect on the top, black is even less efficient than white. So right here, this is a very, very good asking move. It shows a lot of calmness, and he's not panicking. He is counter-attacking. This is very, very interesting here. So black plays a headbutting move, attempting to get sente here, and then going for the attack, the real attack against the right. The risk is if white still is able to save this group, take care of this, then the headbutting exchanges are often losing exchanges. So in the game, it depends. Is white gonna keep doing this? Allow black to do a very strong attack, disconnect white in sente, or is white gonna sort of chicken out and play something else? Let's see what he picked. The knight's move. a bit of a chicken out, but this is very reasonable. If black gets something here, white is going to be surrounded. So the next moves, the Hane on the top, the Hane on the bottom, are both very reasonable moves. Let's see what black chose. Josh picked this move, very interesting. And here, if you guys start thinking about making codes like this, think again, because if you allow the opponent to make a code shape, but allow him to first, capture the stone, it's like both sides have spent 4 moves here, and black is going to have a much more superior position because there's 4 stones on the board, 3 stones for white on the board. So before you do that, think again. What I do recommend, of course, extend down. This is a very good, it saves the 1 stone. It has this jump later if you need it, and it opens up this peep on the outside if you can get it. So this is a very good fighting move, and the 2 sides are really butting heads now over here, fighting it out. You would not expect anything less after playing the headbutting move, other than, a headbutting fight. Huh? So white extends down, black plays the extension. This puts pressure on the right-hand side and takes care of the black group. Let's see. He did not play the peep. He played a more reasonable push up. So here, Kevin is looking to pocket this 1 stone first. And this would be, black would feel a lot of pressure in terms of, I've lost the stone, and then I still have to, attack with a very uncertain attack. So in the game, black did not continue to play near the bottom. Black played this knight's move. This one is interesting. This one is closer to the top. It does have all the drawbacks as we mentioned. If white, Tanukis once, can black really punish white? Especially given that there is still this jump. Sometimes you may capture 3 stones and still come out on the losing end. So let's see if white does another chicken out defensive move, or does white do something more aggressive. Kevin, he seems like, if you guys see on the camera, Kevin seems like a very nice, calm guy. So I always expect Kevin to play a little bit more defensive, or calm, or defensive, thick. Okay, let's see where he played. He played the jump. This is, exactly. We expected him to play the less aggressive move, and he does. Very calm, very nice, very good. Okay, Kevin, by the way, guys, looks like he's the guy on the left with a blue shirt. And Josh is on the right. Josh, this is the first time I've seen Josh in real life, and he's younger than expected. Kevin is bigger and taller than expected, but they're both stronger than expected by far. So, all right, Kevin jumps. Black still has this group. I'd be very tempted to try to save this 1 black stone. After this, white also, has another group on the mid right. So let's see what he picked. Josh does strike me as a bit more aggressive, so don't expect Josh to play, Hane extend, give up the right, and then, what do you guys think? I feel like he's gonna take the stone out and then fight it out from there. Let's see the game. He peeps once, okay, so he still hasn't committed, but white's response somewhat commits him to this. Peep is very, very attack oriented. We were talking about saving that 1 stone. If white connects, why save the 1 stone when you can just go ahead and capture these 3 stones? In response to this very, very difficult to answer move because the regular move of connecting is tough. White plays a very, very nice response as well. White sideways headbutts again. So after R11, when Josh did a headbutting move, here this is now like a real headbutter, huh? This is like I'm sideways headbutting you. I love it. The move here, it's meant to defend the push and cut with the another headbutt and a jump. After this, white is able to connect to the right-hand side, or this is what I gather. There may be still some issues, but that's what I think white is counting on. And so this way, white doesn't have to protect the cut. And of course, headbutting puts a lot of pressure for the opponent to respond to it. Black extends, and white plays the bamboo. Another very calm, not super aggressive, relatively, sort of waiting kind of a move. If you're in a hurry and if you don't have a lot of patience, you might want to play something like this, the attachment move, which protects the cut by making this tiger mouse. And this move is a little faster, but it's not as rock solid as Kevin's move. So we're really beginning to see some of the players' personalities here. So very happy to see this. Next move, let's see how black plays here. So pushing and cutting seems to be a very nice move, but it runs the risk of, if white just jumps, if black is not able to do anything to white, both on the middle of the board and on the right-hand side, that could be a very low point making set of moves. So black plays a knight's move. This is very expansionary, works very well with the territory frame on the lower left. Makes a lot of sense. Of course, now expect white to jump to capture the one stone, something like that. Kevin does play the jump. This is a very good idea. So in Go, you always want to add more purposes to your move. So if you just capture the stone, whenever you have just a single purpose, it's usually not the most efficient thing. However, if you add more, threatening components to your intentions, something like a jump, where the next move you are threatening to peep, threatening this Hane connect, cut, all of this stuff. Your jump doesn't have to be the best attacking move. It just has to do, half of the job, because the other half is capturing and attacking the R5 stone. And likewise, you don't have to make sure that you capture the stone totally, because your stone has multiple purposes. Very, very good for upping the efficiency of your moves and keeping your opponents on his heels. So you can, you can do sustainable development. So in the game, black pushes. Now remember, we talked a lot about the push, the peeps, the hanes, the cuts. So if white still plays the planned move, now this gives black a backdoor here. So Josh would be relatively happy, with the safety in the center. And as a result, this would make white's previous move 08 jump a little less meaningful, a little less efficient. So very, very nice. Black is not just defending, and this is the kinds of very, very assertive, relatively aggressive moves that we come to expect. Of course, you would expect nothing less from Masters League, Masters Division players. So we have a few more moves in the game. Black pushes, white headbutts, as we talked about, and then expect that jump knight's move. But here maybe white has enough counterattack potential to play this and then peep and then fight it out with black on the right. White is likely losing this fight. Black can increase liberties and reduce whites at the same time, but this is going to give white a lot of thickness on the outside, and and destroy white's black's shape on the outside. So, and of course, if white is able to cut black, this gets rid of that connect, that thickness, that strength that black has. We call that a backdoor. So when white in the game, very exciting, white does go for the cut. Let's see, two choices. Try to go after the bottom, connect your own shape. In the game, let's see, he did not play here. He played this connect, which is trying to do both an empty triangle T shape, a very inefficient shape, but it does do both purposes. So now white is in a bit of a tough spot. The push is going to be stopped by a very nice double jump kind of a connect out. Very nice. And on the other side, the connect is supposed to do something against the jump to go home for white. Namely, beforehand, this cut was an Atari because black played Q11 on the fourth line. This is no longer a Atari, so black has time to play the Ataris and really destroy white. So white is now in a little bit of trouble. Let's see, in response to this, what does white play? White pushes, normal. Expect that jump, attach kind of move, very nice. Don't expect them to miss this at all. It's played. And let's see white's plan here. One good plan is to first play the outside. If black connects in a dump way, white has the potential to cut black, and destroy some of the outside as we talked about. Of course, expect black to connect, and then here, white is not going to go for the cut. White is going to go for a peep, a connecting peep. If black has to connect in this way, white has made a couple of moves on the outside, helping out to capture the one stone. And now white's going to come back and deal with the inside. So because white profited already, nothing stops white from doing something like this and just connecting. This would be a huge success for white. Of course, black has some other good plays. For example, attach. This runs into the Atari again, and so this is what black is counting on to cut white. Very interesting. Some kind of code could happen. If black plays here, white is able to connect in this back door. Very, very interesting fight. Let's see how they dealt with this. In the span of what we were showing, a whole bunch of moves have been played. This is very nice. Actually, no, not that many moves have been played. Let's see. So we're here. White pushed. The attachments, offensive, defensive move. Another push in. Is this on the board? This is on the board. Interesting, because we put this move on the board. We're not sure if they played it. This may not be on the board. Anyways, when the board updates, we will have the broadcast updated as well. This was played.
That same here. It looks like it's in the main. Looks like it's in the main.
This is the main.
This
is the main. So white played another push. If this doesn't do anything, this would be a very bad exchange for white. But anyways, we've caught up. Very exciting fight over here. Let's go on to the juniors. These are 12 years and younger guys, players who are not yet 12. And wow, they are even higher rated. One Evan is a 6th dan and Daniel is a 7th dan. Super. Both of these players also played in the Masters this morning, and the 7th dan player Daniel, he lost to a Po Yu Lin 2P. A 2-dan professional by half a point, so it could have been anyone's game, and so it was very close. While Evan actually beat another another opponent. Daniel Zhou, by the way, I have played with Daniel once in this year's AGA City League, and he beat me 1P. So the difference between 1P, he wins, 2P, he loses by half a point. You get where this guy is. And if he's not there yet, certainly where this guy is going. Needless to say, I'll be looking forward to my revenge later. He'll be back later for game 1 of the Redmond Cup Junior. Yes, where he faces Evan Tan, a promising young American player. Exactly, Evan won his game against a 7-dan as well, so very, very well. And it was very fun because I saw Evan, I was in the table next to him. At the end of the game, his opponent was really, really mad. His opponent said, I was winning by so much, but then I lost, and I lost by half a point. That's the best victory you can have, because not only do you feel good about winning, you also feel good about your opponent being so sad. So it's like the happiness and the sadness, double whammy. So this is a very nice. Yes. Put them up.
Okay.
All right. Yes, this is their. You guys are seeing.
This is
Yeah. Daniel is on the left-hand side, and Evan is on the right-hand side. I told Evan to bring a soccer ball to the US Go Congress so we could all play soccer. Unfortunately, I may have to go find the ball myself. Anyways, very, very superb players, and they're only 11 years old. Evan, by the way, also has beaten me in a slow online game as well. So very, very nice. And I beat some 9P a few years ago. So, they beat me. I beat other pros. They are very, very nice. They're 12 now? They're 12 now. Great. They're under 13, right? Yes. They're 12 years old now. That makes us feel a little better. We have one more year. The double as the 2-space high opening. This is very efficient, very, very popular nowadays. Highly look forward to seeing more of these guys' players. I think it's the first time when we had 4 players in the junior and senior Redmond Cup divisions all playing in the US Masters. Congratulations. Congratulations to the parents. Congratulations to the US Go community for producing such strong young players. Shout out to Europe. You guys are not producing as many strong young players. Maybe we should have that settled with an online friendly tournament. Put that in the works, guys. Anyways, back to the game. Approach, knight's move. Yes. Make me look more handsome, Chris.
It's a hard job, Michael.
It's a hard job. 100% agree. By the way, guys, this attach and hane is the most popular joseki nowadays in terms of the start point and the approach. Atari Connect block. Block is less common than the Connect move, but block is first played by AlphaGo against Lisa Do in a game. So this is highly, highly AI approved, of course. Connect is something that I have not seen before, so I am not. This one is beyond my joseki knowledge. A more common joseki is Atari Extend. Atari here, White is able to connect and fight this out directly. In fact, because of this, Black sometimes plays 1 space off to gain more development on the left-hand side because White is going to jump out anyway. Very advanced stuff, huh? Very, very advanced stuff. All right, so the Connect is something I haven't seen before. I am not sure if there's a good punishment for this. Now that I see it, clearly there is no punishment for this because when Black plays this hane move, it's very easy to play the joseki again, and we reach back at the same shape. Only potential punishment is extending, and the only and then it will have to deal with this shape. My guess is this is also outside of Evan Tan's Joseki, human Joseki brain Joseki dictionary. So likewise, he chooses the revert back to the normal Joseki kind of move. And the normal Joseki is played. The diagonal move is played just totally by the book, by the AI book. Expect white to jump. Expect black to play the knight's move. Yes. Forgetting my Josekis. The diagonal, another headbutting move. As you guys can tell, I love my headbutts. Headbutting moves. Joseki move, play this move. Black is gonna connect, white is gonna hane. Joseki move that I remember is hane, so white extends. This is what I remember. Extend, black extends, and white turns. When white pushes here, this is out of my depths once again. A very strong move for black now is to extend in sente. Next move, you guys see what's coming. A very, very nice snapback. I don't know if this shape, this is why, this is the reason why I remember the Joseki as it is. Let's see if this move is played. This move is played in the game, and of course that attachment move. At this point, you don't expect white to play the empty triangle. That would just be too ugly, too inefficient. Remember, in Go, ugliness don't matter too much. It's the efficiency of your moves. It's the amount of development you have in your move. So attach, when black hanes, white has already protected this cut. However, when black Atari's here, it's sente. Atari's here, it's sente. It's white may not be able to attack black as severely as the knight's move. Anyways, don't worry about the risks. White does play the knight's move, and here we have a very tough position for both sides right off the bat. Let's see where Evan has played. Atari, yes, this threatens that wedge, so it does not help when you Atari, so there's still a snapback. So white has to connect. And so black is making white play a few defensive moves back into the white shape. Black has already pocketed a lot of development on the left-hand side. Black now has to deal with the bottom. Let's see if he's able to. Attach, block, cut. This is a very common sabaki shape. This is looking to get some kind of an exchange against white. If white Ataris and connects, this Atari would be an exchange. This probably is not, black is not happy with this. Another choice is to Atari from the top. This would be black really cutting white. This looks like a very tough fight for white. So Atari here or not Atari here is a very, very, you have to really resolve to do it or not to do it. It takes a lot of courage. Another move is to extend back. However, this one is going to be a little, white can probably get the same exchange, but this is going to be, black is going to gain a lot more here. So white is probably not going to be happy with this shape. So in the game, white does go for the extend back, black Ataris, white now cut Ataris. We may have ourselves a ko, but let's see. White just extends. Atari would be the ko. Extending is very interesting. There are several things for black to do. One is to play a sente on the inside first, and then this cut is sente. Black may be able to surround the outside against white. There is a panuki. A panuki, by the way, is not worth 30 points, as a popular saying goes. It's worth something like 25 points. So it's very valuable. But this is a very, very territory plenty move by white. However, it does not seem like black has much choice, other choices. Maybe if black Ataris from the bottom, white can still play this Atari. So there's not much chance for black to avoid this, which makes it very interesting. Probably not bad for black overall. But then again, white has pocketed a tremendous amount of territory. Let's see what happened next. Yes, this jump is what we were talking about. If white tenukis, these moves are sente, then play here, and this move, it's not quite sente for black, so it's not quite totally sente. Black needs to exchange this, and then Atari. And now this is a ko, but it's a one move, one step ko, which is favorable for white. But then again, black doesn't risk anything. So this is a very, very interesting shape here. So let's see if white moves out with a turn. I do expect the turn to be played. Okay. And black to play the honey move. Here, black Evan is cashing back in a little bit of this aji that has come with losing some stones in the corner. For example, this jump has strengthened black's shape against the extend out. Black can connect, and this bottom two moves has strengthened the bottom shape. So Evan is sort of clawing back whatever he lost in the bottom. Very interesting. In the game, white plays another move here. Expect black to start moving on from this position. By the way, black is totally safe. Remember this. This is sente, and h2 is sente. Next, the cut, and this move, white is not able to prevent ko over here. So if h2 is sente, black is quite strong on the bottom, and beginning to like the black shape more and more. In the game, black connects. Next, there's a turn and sente move. This is interesting. So white connects here. This allows black one more move here, but this move doesn't help black all that much. It does prevent that h2 in sente that we had earlier. However, this is black playing a move on the outside and white fixing inside the territory one more time. And it gives another sente here, which it's 85% to 90%, not that important, but it's still something. So very interesting shape. And black goes here, approaches the corner. I like the low approach a little more in this case. Despite losing the h2 in sente, black is still fairly strong, so getting the corner was my top choice or my first instinct. When we played this move, when white plays the attach, it's hard for black to be giving up like a very, very fat corner. All the black stones surrounding this corner is not going to surround much territory. So it feels like giving white this easy corner shape is not super perfect. So let's see if honey inside into the white corner. This is definitely non-Joseki, but it makes perfect sense. Black did not like the previous diagram we showed. This is choosing some kind of to take away the corner. So this, you guys can really see, black, white, all these players have a lot of original thinking. This is a lot of creativity, not playing standard Josekis. Very, very interesting. Let's see if he has some good follow-ups. Push, block. Here, this move white is for sure playing into black's plan. Don't know if black's plan is good or not, but he has a very clearly defined plan. Hane connect, likely the best local move here. Black to save the corner has to Atari on the second line, Atari one more time. And if white extends, black is going to extend sideways. And this is a big fight. In the game, white Ataris here. If black pushes, white is doing, white has made an exchange that makes black's two stones a lot bigger. Two stones is a lot bigger than one stone. However, the only downside to this is if black presses on the outside. This 3 white stones has only 2 liberties. People with a lot of fight in them tend to choose this kind of fighting move. Another move, of course, is a turn. This is like white has made black heavy by making black play a few more stones. But do you really like what you forced your opponent into? Because now when black turns, there's a very strong jump. May capture 3 white stones. Black has a Panuki and some ice base, so the bottom is not going to die for black. And all of a sudden, white is actually in trouble. So very, very nicely played by black. Very original thinking. We didn't like it. Clearly, he also didn't like it. And he showed something that certainly I was not expecting. It was not standard Joseki, but it made all the sense in the world. Way to go, way to go. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very enlightening. Nice. Let's see what white played. Hane, yes, attacking the corner. If white can get a sente here, that would be nice. If black goes for this move and then capture, there's my other favorite shape, other than any kind of headbutt, it's the one-legged chicken. Perfect. So white's Hane has that effect. Let's see where black played. Played another crawly move, prevents the one-legged chicken. Connects this, so now black is going to be able to live, but in order to make this turn not sente, black had to crawl 1 more space on the second line. This may have weakened the left-hand side a little too much for his liking. So black connects when white turns. Let's see if he had another second round of playing on the outside. If he ends up playing T7 and just living, that's getting this turn. I'm sure black prefers having that extra push on the second line over the game shape. So feels like this is advantage white so far. The outside is taken care of, and if black crawled once and then had to survive, maybe he prefers to just not crawl once at all and just survive like this. His 3 stones would be much safer. Okay, you can't get everything. I'm sure they deliberated a lot over all these decisions. Expect the double Hane coming out of white next. Not yet. Maybe the extent. White did not like the having to connect in the empty triangle. Makes a lot of sense. So the extent was played, and now white, black was not going to die, but with all these stones, enough is enough, maybe. Now black is in some real danger. Let's see how they played. Jump makes perfect sense. Don't push and give white too many stones around a potential target. Makes sense. Yes, this move makes sense. Now white is weak on the right. We are potentially gonna see a exchange. If white is able to totally capture black, it feels like there's gonna be some ko-aji here. Not likely gonna be able to totally capture black. So I don't expect white to go for the attack. Expect white to jump. Makes perfect sense. And now, when black plays another extension at the bottom, this is a classic attacking and defensive 2-in-1 kind of very, very good move. If he could get straight to this peep, I'm sure he would do it too. All very good choices. Another choice is to move into the center. Another very nice thing. It's like, come and attack me, white. And if white seals in the black shape, black plays a living move. Lives on the bottom, makes an outside-inside exchange on the outside. Very nice. Another very creative, trying to make more efficiency kind of move by black. These are 12-year-olds, and be careful in the future when you run into 12-year-olds. There's some nasty players or crafty players. So white does not fall for it, and white plays this, the defensive and offensive move, and entices black to play the dame moves, connecting and making no points. Very, very nicely done. This is what a treat to watch. What a treat to watch. Black turns. White plays here now. Wow, this is very aggressive. A normal move is to Hane. Maybe black needs to play another move, maybe not. But yeah, this is some fireworks. Very nice. Okay, so this separates the two black groups. However, this one does not help white strengthen any white shapes. So this is a very double-edged move. Atari, connect, so black strengthens the bottom first. Expect, of course, white to push out. He does. Fireworks is in the air. I do not like fireworks for white in this particular shape, mostly because black is very, very safe on the left. And if white ever gets cut in the middle, a peep and a push, some kind of if white ever gets cut. For example, right now, white probably does not like this kind of shape. This destroys all of the white's eye space. And if white somehow plays down here, if ever white gets cut and white has a group on the outside, remember there's another group on the right and black has a big moyo on the left. Just imagine if black got a couple of moves during the fighting. This is a very, very big territory on the left. So I don't like this double-edged moves from white that much for now. But they're under a lot of pressure, and white is under a lot of pressure to attack and find some value out of it. So very interesting. Anyways, there are certainly butting heads with head-butting moves. So very excited always to see this kind of very interesting fighting move. If they go into the end game, that's just like, oh, it's 4 points. This is 4.5. That's 3.5. Bored out of my mind. This kind of 4-group fight, that's what we like. That's what we want to see. Peep, we showed that black jump. Another move is to block. This, of course, strengthens the left and surrounds territory as well. Another move, counter push. Another move, shoulder hit, attack the right-hand side, strengthen the black middle. Very, very nice. The only thing black is missing is if black is or is not able to cut in the middle. And that's hard to say. It's very interesting. So a very good asking move now is to push. White blocks, black keeps playing on the outside. There's this cut. If white extends down, then black has increased his liberties in the middle. And white's move is next to black stones. So we are at around this point. Black blocks, white cuts. White cuts. Wow. Fireworks is in the air. Black blocks. Okay, the strongest moves imaginable by both sides in this juncture. And several more moves have been played. Expect white to either go for the middle or to Hane and connect. White is not going to have 2 eyes or space enough for 2 eyes. So the only thing he can do is counterattack black. This is why if black was able to get another exchange, this could potentially be, cut absorbing. Cut absorbing. And like old sly foxies like me, we do a lot of these moves. Okay, white seals in the bottom black group. A exchange could easily happen, and of course, probably prefer to exchange this way. White secures the capture, black secures Panuki plus capture. White has one huge territory on the bottom, black has a big territory on the right, and this huge thing on the left. Okay. A little bit of an estimate. This corner is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 points for white. The right-hand side is 20, 30 points for black. So does black have 40 points or, plus, more potential, minus that one white corner? feels black favored, although it's white's move. So very interesting possibility. Another black choice, of course, is to live on the bottom. No, he harness here on the right, of course, capturing allows white to secure another move on the bottom. Here is where that, remember the sly fox kind of a move, makes this exchange first. This is at least 2 more points. However, 2 more points, when you grow old like me, remember my experience at the Redmond Cup was 19 years ago. When you become old, you begin to be more nitpicky about 1 or 2 points. You begin to be happy. Always feels better to be younger. Right, Chris?
How would I know?
How would Chris know? Chris has only turned 21. He can barely drink.
Right.
21 times 2.5, something like that. Oh, two times 2. All right.
I can make you look bad here, too.
All right.
Turn the lights out.
Turns the
I think
lights.
it's time to get to the girls.
Yes, just a few moves. Let's catch up. Black Tanukis plays on the left, so remember 40-something points. A couple moves invade the top. Honey, block, and then play this move. Wow, they really they just continued on and on. This is kind of crazy. Okay, we played a lot of moves here. So this is what it ended up. We said 70 plus another 20. So white has 90. Black has 30, 35 on the right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 here. So that's about 75. Black needs about 20 more points. Black has this big thing in the middle. Hard to say. Still very, very undecided. Time to go to the women's. The girls. The women's. I don't. No. We're not going to be able to.
That's because you're young, right?
It's because I'm young. Don't need a break. We're not going to be able to cover everyone. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Let's go to the room for just a second. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that, and then this is the seniors, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll start while you do that. Yes, you guys are seeing the room, by the way. So on the bottom left, guys, this is Kevin in the blue shirt, Josh Lan in the white shirt. Josh is the very, very young. He might be the young, they're both 13 or 14. Watching, you guys see, this is Auntie from Norway.
Yeah, from Norway. He's at the Neon Can these days.
Yeah, Auntie got his professional certification in the Nihon Kiin in Japan. He plays the Japanese circuit, and he's going to be giving lectures at the Go Congress. And he has a very, very nice hat. He's wearing it. He's wearing the hat. The next table, you guys see Evan. Evan is facing us in the spotted blue long shirt. Behind, in front of him is Daniel Zhou, the guy I'm gonna get revenge or not in the future, or maybe we don't get to play. They are playing. That game is the most advanced along. On the third board is Grace Chen versus Gao Zixuan. And facing us is Gao, and facing away from us is Grace. So Grace has her work cut out for her as a 1-dan against the 5-dan. This is a game that we should have up now.
That's how we roll, man.
Yeah. Great. Let's see. The 5-dan, the underdog, not the underdog, but the favorite. The favorite is playing black.
Yeah.
Underdog is white. By the way, Justin said Grace did not play the U.S. Open just to prepare for this. This is a lot of determination. Usually, you sort of give up the tournaments that you are much lower ranked at, that you're not favored at, in order to do well in the tournaments that you have a better chance at. She is doing the opposite just for this courage. 100% applause. Superb. I myself do not have this determination, and I'm sure I would be a stronger player if I did. And I'm sure this is already this determination, the willingness to give up many things in order to do the one thing that you truly desire, women's championships. It's North America under 18 women's championships. So yes, very it's very 100% applaud this decision, and it's especially because it's something that even I myself I'm not able to do as well. So she's very serious, and we are all gonna root for her in this tournament, in this game for sure. Very normal openings and approach, attach. The top left open Joseki with F17, D17 is a very strong shape. So usually players do not prefer to build next to the strong shape because the territory value is about the same, but the thickness value is much lower when you strengthen something that's already strong. So directional wise, your old teachers would have a slight disagreement for black. However, in this case, black is making a lot of territory and white is having just some frameworks, and clearly the next move is going to be some kind of an invasion on the right-hand side. This is still a very good idea by black in terms of a game plan. Invade and then jump out. Headbutt, yes, we see at least one move, and it's the underdog that we're all rooting for. So very nice. At least one headbutt is in. Black jumps. This is a simple let me get out kind of move. So white is doing perfectly reasonably fine. This turn is another reasonable move. It's expanding the top. However, with all the caveats we talked about, this move would be a lot stronger if the next move, black is able to do some kind of invasion attack on the right-hand side. Hard for me to see how exactly though. So black attacks the left. This is a super valid move. It is a continuation move, perfectly okay. In the game, white's responses are also very fine. Usually you see this block, but right now if white blocks, white basically is committing to connecting, and this may not have been what white wanted. So white extends. So when black cut Ataris, white is planning to give up this one stone. Connect is too many empty triangles too inefficient. So white is definitely giving this up, and black captures. It's very annoying for black coming up next because in order to keep attacking, black has to basically connect. And I do expect the connect to happen, but connecting is Gote, and so let's see. Black did not connect. Black extended here. Very interesting idea. Black is not, when the white capture happens, black is going to Tanuki. Yes, you can capture one more time, but 2 moves for 2 stones and a half may not be enough. So black is really doing development. However, the development move was just an extend. If black jumped, it would be faster, maybe. Let's see. So black extends and white also tanukis. White plays an attachment. This is very aggressive and one is putting the gauntlet down, attacking the right. Black is going to immediately be in a tough spot, but if she is able to resolve the position okay, that's going to be okay as well. Hane attach. This is very interesting, and does black play another attach on the second line? That would be kind of crazy. If you're able to get white to respond, that's a very favorable exchange. But this kind of move is really asking for this kind of killing move. So black harness. Black plays this before playing this Atari. Very interesting. This Atari is unnecessary as long as black captures like this. And here's the white is not able to cut, which is immediately a bit problematic for white. So let's see what white did. White cut. So if white extends back, this Atari is Sente. This move is Sente, and now black is stronger than before. White has played two moves, which created a weak group. Black is very happy this way. The only thing with this is, does white need to block this? And if white doesn't need to block that, there is potentially this wedge. But anyway, this is very, very complicated. I don't have a good answer yet. So in any case, white did not choose that. White cut, and black is going to be able to capture one stone and probably reach safety. I expected to capture, but capturing one stone, this is something we talk about a lot in terms of defender's advantage. When you attack someone, the defender usually gets to safety by capturing just one stone, and the attacker cannot lose any stones because that's the burden of going on the attack. This connect is played because there's some very nice ice space over here. Looks like black is not going to have much trouble. If black went for what we suggested with a capture, this could be even more problematic for white, but why do this when the connect is fine enough? So, okay. This Atari, I'd like to see the other Atari. This way black is not in a good place. This black stone is on the inside where all the stones are. White's move is on the outside and developing. In the game, white stone is on the inside, and now white has to connect. And black has this Atari, which means there's no cuts. White cannot save the one stone. And black has not played that Hane yet, but we know this Hane is very likely Sente. If white plays this move and tries to capture the stone, one black can run, and two black can give up the stones and just keep destroying territory while defending the black group. So black Tanukis, this Atari is very big for territory, as we mentioned, but surrounding a big territory, of course, is also a lot of territory. That makes a lot of sense. So far, both players have played a lot of very, very sensible moves. So black plays the Hane, white peeps here going back to defend. This is not what you want to do after stretching out to attack black on the bottom. This jumping peep is very annoying. Right now, this cut, depending on the ladder, may or may not be too late. White did play one move. Unfortunately, the ladder is still good for black, so this peep is going to be very hard for white to deal with. Of course, white's going to connect, then black destroys more. Let's see the game. Very much more aggressive than that peep. This is another peep. White blocks, threatening that cut. So now black opens up a second front. Does black have enough strength to do this? Interesting. In any case, this makes a sure eye on the bottom, and then black goes out. This is actually a bit of a chicken out move, allowing white to play a very large S10 jump is much better for white than if black had a stone at S10. Okay, so now push, and black is. I see how this could go very badly for black. This is very. You never want to just jump. You always want to have a Hane and then a knight's move. So black struggling a little bit. This is not the most efficient way to move out. And this jump is very nice. This Hane here is what the game is going to come down to. Can white capture the right-hand side black group? Here, if black had an S10 stone, of course not. Right now, white has a stone there. Maybe. Let's see. Attach, Hane, connect. Very strong attacks. Black cuts. And white plays this move on the outside. Black is in a lot of trouble, and this underdog, this throw everything away just to play this tournament. This tournament might pay off. Let's see if white is able to capture the black group. Black first takes one. Oh no. Oh no. So white, black Ataris cuts, and as a result, Atari, and then of course, we are all expecting this connect. Unfortunately, when this happens, this is a complicated liberties fight. White has actually one more liberty on the inside. It's very, very uncertain, but well, if this happens, this is actually favorable for white, actually by 2 liberties. So ideally that could work, but of course black has other moves. For example, black can extend here. White now, this allows white to connect home, but yeah, this actually dies for black, so maybe there's always this code for black, so you remember black is so it's very interesting. But white chickens out, connects, and this is going to be the flop, the failure on the attack. So black not only survives but also captures 4 white stones. This is the biggest problem with the attacking. You can't lose stones because your opponent survives, and she makes territory. So now white's only chance is to capture the middle. Black plays here, and just makes the eye space. White needed to play this push first. Now there's no way to make the eye space. Still not likely to work because white ideally wants to cut. There's this move in Sente against the right hand side. Even if the right hand side is alive, there's this, so white has to connect. There's this Atari, there's this push. This Atari is no longer Sente, and black is able to get out. Not alive, but there's also this problem. It's just. Anyways, that still has a chance that way to capture if that's what they want to go for. In the game, black simply lives. And this does not feel like, it feels like black has significantly outfought white. It is what you expect when you play at the 5-dan level versus a 1-dan opponent. But, so the underdog may not have her day today. They played a whole series of moves, and looks like the game is just continuing to the end game. Do a rough count. This is about 6, 10, 20, 20, 10, 20, 30. So white has about 55, black has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50. Well, probably 60, but we'll just say 58. The bottom is 10, 20, and then this. So this is black has about 30. So black is really gonna lead by about 30 points, which is way, way, way too much. Unfortunately, the underdog will not have her day this time. I'm sure in the going back with AI reviews that it may have worked, and but white chickens out at the most crucial moment and is gonna pay the ultimate price. God bless Chris, guys.
Here's weird.
Oh, a double whammy. Good.
Icebox in here.
Texas air conditioning is super nice. I myself, I woke up at 4 a.m. to, I thought I was in Antarctica. It was very, very cold. Yeah. Couldn't fall back to sleep, but which is why I had a lot of coffee this morning. Besides the point, let's go on to game 4. This is the 13 and under women, right? And we have Riani Duan versus Xuewei Chen. So we have another Chen here, so you know who I'm rooting for, the other Chens. You guys may go ahead and root for the underdog, who is 2-dan. You know who I'm rooting for. no relations. There's a lot of Chens everywhere. Okay. I do not know much about these two players. I do know Rainy. She was featured in the Best Brilliant Moves contest in one game. Otherwise, she plays in the North American Online League. I believe both of them are from California. I guess not sure, not sure. Anyways, normal old Joseki, low extension, very, very normal. This is a very aggressive approach. I expected a normal defense of the corner. So in this case, when white goes all the way into black's face, expect an invasion. They did not play the invasion, so this means now when your opponent gets into your face, and if you don't punish the opponent by invading, when the opponent invades you, this is a very, very attractive invasion. If the old classic Joseki is played, white is strengthening the very, very open 4-space extension at the R8. And strengthens it, makes territory here, takes away territory from black. So this would be a very strong way to play for white. Let's see, another strong way to play is invade, Hane. This is something I learned. Atari on the top and just press. When the opponent plays here, play another one of my favorite moves, another headbutting move. This one is a different form. You guys will grow to really like the headbutting move once you guys play a few. Trust me. And now there's a very, very strong move by white here. Threatens to connect, and then the double Atari capture and play here. Black has only one eye, and white has now protected this cut as well. Very, very strong, interesting thing. So try this next time, maybe. You guys. White plays a very normal large move. This is not going to be too bad. Normal Joseki. Black gets the first invasion. Very reasonable. Let's see a few. This move, this is a very slow-looking move, diagonal move. If white already had this kind of a shape, I'm sure white would be able to play something stronger, maybe on the bottom. In this game, when white played a very slow pincering move, just a diagonal, black has a chance to play more efficient development. Let's see. Okay. Interesting, very, very interesting. White plays the attachment. This one has a lot of good original thinking. White did not want to cut, maybe due to this threat, maybe due to losing a stone. In any case, I cannot stand behind the squeeze. Because when black connects, all of the black stones are connected. The P5 is a handicapped stone. Sometimes it's called a junk stone, which is very, very interesting. So yeah, and then the cut at R3 is almost unstoppable. You want to capture like this, but black just captures you. And if you connect, black captures your other two stones. This cut is very, very strong. So white's possible fight back is something like this, but when black Hane's white cannot cut. So that's already bad. So this cut is super strong. If white Atari is there, the one stone is dead. And with defender's advantage, you can't attack and lose stones. Neither player play that cut for now. Okay, white invades the left-hand side and another peep and a turn. This is very strong. If you guys want to emphasize more like on the H, J, K area, feel free to play this knight's move out, this diagonal move. This will strengthen the right-hand side more at the expense of 1 or 2 points. Okay, black is making a lot of territory now, and white is struggling a little bit. Of course, if white just plays back here, extends, just makes a little bit of territory, this is not gonna go efficient. So here white counterattacks. This is a very, very nice counterattack. So let's see. Atari, extend, connect. Is the connect gonna happen? I meant this connect. That would be really That would be like a real commitment to the fighting. Luckily, that does not happen. This actually has a lot more merit than it's tough for both sides. In the game, black plays the connect on the top. However, the Atari here is going to be very good for white. So black is going to connect, white saves the left, and makes a lot of ice space at the same time. Black pushes, white expected the extend. This is now very tough for black, but there is this move which may save black, but white can survive. White can easily survive and play on the outside. This would be very tough for black, and if the ladder works for white, which luckily it does not work for white. So, okay, that would be the strongest moves for white. White gives up 2 stones and captures 1 stone. This is also very, very reasonable. Okay, cut. Cut is fine. There's another Atari. So at least black gains something over here. I remember there was a very strong, very big weakness on the lower right. So P2, if something more, Q2 may be required. That's the most important thing for both players right now. What? Chills, guys. Q2 was actually played. Oh my god. Yeah. White made some mistakes, but playing Q2 totally makes total amends for the earlier mistakes. Very nice. Yeah, and see, black plays O2, white secures the corner in Sente. So now black has a bottom, a little bit on the left, but white has several territories. Okay, another fight breaks out on the top. This capture is not going to be Sente. Black plays this because this move is an ladder breaker, and I just assumed it was. It's not yet, but it has a lot of potential to be. For example, white can play another move here, and that is for sure a ladder breaker. So in the game, black ends up playing another move on the middle. This is going to give white a chance to play on the take care of the middle group. Wow, we talked about exactly this shape. And white played here too. This is crazy. Crazy. This is very nice. This is very nice. Black is not as well versed in this shape. Well, this is interesting. This probably works just as well. Okay. Maybe black is well versed in this shape. Great. Okay, white gains Sente, plays a bunch of moves on the outside, and is black going to cut? Black is going to cut. White is gonna save the left-hand side, and then plays this Hane. 2 choices: give up the middle or save the middle. White saves the middle. Giving up is gonna be something like this, and then going to the end game. Wow, this game is very, very exciting. This move is protecting the cut here, but when black Ataris, it's a bit difficult for white to answer and do both sides. So in the game, this was played, white turns. The next move is a net. So black has to save this. But black is very happy here because black gets another Atari, and white is in a lot of trouble here. Right, Ataris, this actually is not going to do too much. Black can just connect, and white still has to take care of the bottom. Black was very happy. I would be happy too to capture 5 stones, but this does allow white to cut underneath. White plays here, connect, okay. This is very nice too, okay. And the key move is to Atari right now. Very interesting how they played this part. Black can Atari here and be totally alive. Black captures first. This allows white to capture back, but black is still likely gonna live over here. This connect is going for the kill. I don't like it. it's much more reasonable to go for something like this. Black is reduced. Black has a big territory on the bottom, white has a big one on the top. Connect goes for the kill black, but there's no way to kill black after this turn. Yeah, if black was happy, was on top of everything, black would play first the Atari move in the corner to take more territory when you're defending. This is something that's very, very strong. And the attack ends with white playing a connect move back. So this attack is going to end in a failure. And white holds the position on the bottom. So we're going to go into the end game now. This move is played. Oh, this is another troubling move. This is going to happen here. And black is actually in a very, very good lead at this moment. So nice. Very, very nice to see. Very happy they had the same as for the girls as for the boys, the under 18 and over 18. So it's time to go back to our first game. Sure, let's take a quick break while Chris puts the relevant information on. And you guys will see the the tournament room again, I believe. And let's first see if any games. Okay. Right, 60 seconds. Yeah. Enjoy, take a look, and I'll be back soon.
Back on, and you're back.
We're back in game one, most important game, and I have some great news for you guys. They're supposed to have a strong player professional gathering in the room behind us, within the tournament room that you guys were just looking at. They double booked the room. The Redmond Cups are going longer than expected, and so the professionals might all gather here, right behind me over here. And that would be really, really good. You'll see all the 20 different professionals come in. They might come and say hi, and they might look over my shoulder. This is going to be great. And I'll give you guys some introductions. This is great. So the pro, gets together, like meet and introduce each other. Event might happen right behind me. I was actually supposed to be a part of that as well. This is great. Super good news. We are back at game one. We left off right over here when black is cutting white. A very, very interesting position. White plays here and then cut. Black played this move, committing to capture white. White played this move. Oh, this is very, very nice. Black is going to block. One, white may or may not survive there. Two, white may or may not be able to cut black. Very interesting. White plays here. Black has to connect. Plays this move. Plays the honey and just connect. Black should be very happy with this result. White is basically dead on the inside. Basically dead. If it dies, black is for sure going to be very, very happy. But there is some potential problems here too. Push, 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 and then cut. This is quite a very complex, convoluted, and interesting fight all at once. And you still see white playing this move, the honey move. Oh, nice. Black exchanges a sente, gets a lot of value on the top in exchange for white coming out to safety in the middle. Who expected this fight to turn out like this? Very nice, very nice. Huge applause. This is very, very nice. So later, white plays a big move in the middle, and black goes into the corner. Very nice. White plays the attachment. This is strengthening white and weakening black. And white plays here. This is a very, very aggressive commitment move. Along the same lines, would have white play in here, play an attachment. And now this would be black in a bit of a tough spot. Something direct will not work. Atari, this, and then honey, this may not work too because Atari and capture here, the corner is way too small. So very interesting. Honey, the only thing honey is afraid of is this Atari and this thing in sente, and then black would be relatively safe. Only relatively. White still has this nice move, but black is alive. So very interesting. White for sure wanted to have this shape and then the block. Oof, very interesting. They're reading much harder than I am, so in times like this, always trust the players. In the game, this looks like a very tough position for white, however, unless white can, complete the wraparound and capture black. This is very, very interesting. So in this game, this is where we have the game now. I'll do another refresh. And this is a crucial moment in the game. I cheated. I did some checking. It's white move here is very, very strong. If black connects, white will cut, black will die. However, black is going to Atari and then connect. White can push and capture the black group. But this is actually good for black in the game. White does not capture enough. So this is a very, very, very complex position. If white could connect and then cut black, that would be advantage for white again, but white cannot manage this. So it's very, very interesting. If white just cuts, white has many less liberties, and black also saves at one group already. There's also this corner stuff. this is very, very unfavorable for white. In fact, white is going to lose this fight. Okay, so this is where we find the game. Going to delete all the branches that we made so that when the game continues, when they make a move, the position is gonna go. Harness, very, 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 very interesting, complex, hugely headache making move. I'm beginning to get a headache just looking at this. Now I'm gonna go on. We're not gonna edit the words, but I'm just gonna give you guys some updates on the next games. Very interesting how I'm not able to. I'm gonna have to do Chris's job of modifying everything. Hold on to your butts. The game is here. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts. Review. Or maybe board 1, board 2. Oh, I failed. We're going to board 2, and luckily Chris is back, so we're saved. Let's go to board 2, Chris.
Okay. What happened to board 1?
They're still thinking this is a crucial moment in the game.
There's a big fight going on, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, board 2. This is Tom Joe.
Yep.
Got it.
I see what Chris is doing. So next time I'll be able to do this.
Because you're a pro one thing doesn't make you a pro in everything. You know?
Just because I'm a professional at Go does not make me a professional
Just
technology person. The next game looks like it has finished and they have counted. So we left off around here. We had a big exchange with black capturing the right-hand side, white.
Good.
Yeah, white
So
shape,
you can switch
and then white captures the bottom, and then black surrounds the left. This kind of move usually is not recommended. It is surrounding a huge amount of territory with a very, very strong group. So even though as big as it looks, it does go against the saying, which is don't surround territory with your thickness. And so something like do not be surprised if something like this is better. Remember, black has thickness after capturing white's right-hand side too. So something in the 3-3, something of a approach is going to be preferred over an approach on this direction. So that's what I expect. Maybe Evan here is feeling this is just not. Evan is 12. This amount of points, 60 points on the left-hand side, is not something that a young player can turn down. So white invades the corner, and then let's see what happens. White does survive. This is very AI-esque. We are taught not to play a lot of crawling moves on the second line. White does crawl a lot on the second line, but this is very AI approved if white can survive. And it, of course, is in the right thickness direction. Let's see. A very strong move is to attach now, and if white secures the group, go into the corner like this, and take out the corner and attack the white group. If white ends up being hammered down response, connect, this is six crawling stones, and that's gonna be dead. That's a very strong move. This connect, oh boy, if black ends up losing the game, it'll be because of this move. When white plays here, pushing his luck, and black answers, this is a big move. Because white, it's on the first and second lines, but white has made the weakest group link up with the second weakest group, creating a very, very stable group at the end. So as small as these, as low as these moves are, it's wow. And if white wins because of this would be very impressive. And white blocks, yeah. For all the same reasons, try to go all the way in if you can't go halfway. So in the game, black, let's refresh. Yes, okay. In the game, black does allow white to surround some territory with the two weakest white groups, and it's 20 points of territory. So if the game ends in white favor, this stretch of games must be where the black went wrong. If black wins, then of course everything is fine. So let's see what happens. Black keeps surrounding a lot of territory. However, black is surrounding territory with very, very thick groups. Is it going to be enough? Black is able to. Is he able to? He's able to capture 2 more stones. Could this be enough? White pushes into the left. Let's just see the end game before we do some counting. However, because white has played this connect is protecting against this ko. This ko is just as heavy, just as damaging to white as it is for black. So, technically white has nothing to worry about. The fact that white connects here is playing it safe. And if white ends up winning, this is going to be, this is white declaring victory here. So let's see if white is able to actually win the game. This was the end. And black did end up capturing the stones that we talked about. Let's see how that happened. Let's throw in, white captures, Atari, white Ataris connects. Okay, how did that happen? Oh, white makes a co-threat, and black didn't answer. White connects. Okay, very, very interesting. Namely here, black does not play the Atari. He should play the Atari for 1 more point, shouldn't he? Or maybe it's the same. Who knows? No, it's 2 points if black loses by half a point. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not sure. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow same time is round 2. Well, we can estimate. White wins by 1.8. This means white wins by 1.5. I really wonder why at this moment Atari here is gonna be 2 more points for black.
That's the margin, isn't it?
White by 0.2, so we have no idea who's winning now. Black by 0.6, and AGA rules.
Well, I see them discussing. So I suspect
do we know?
When we go find out.
We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out. Game information. Is it AGA rules? It is
no,
6.5.
No, this is we no.
Yeah, it's 6.5 Komi, so not AGA rules. So very interesting. I wonder who won. In any case, black does. Sure. Black does lose 2 points at the end. Oh no. We know white won because black lost the 2 points. Remember, so white probably won, and white won by 1.5. 1.5. Well, its estimator is 1.9, which is very interesting. Anyways, white wins, came down very close into the end, but I'm sure white was ahead after connecting at F19. Of course, white just didn't have to fight that ko in the end, lost a bunch of points, lost possibly 8-9 points, minus 3 or 4. So white was definitely winning. I think for sure black committed the cardinal sin. Surround territory with your thickness, no matter how big it is. If it's thickness, that's why the saying holds up. And maybe we have the help of AI. The exchange is better for white. At around this point, it was very close. Okay, at this point, it was super close. When black went for the exchange, white was a little bit ahead, and very nice. Congratulations to Daniel And Evan played a very, very nice game too. However, commit the cardinal sin, and you will be punished. So here, the top, white gave up a lot of the lead here. We know from the AI, but there was a second thing. At this point, expect white to be more significantly ahead. At this point, white is 5.5 ahead. At this point, white is 3.5. Okay, at this point, 6.5. Yeah, so this is really nice to see. When you surround territory with your thickness, it's not that efficient. So you better make sure it is really, really big. And in this game, 60 points on the left may not have been big enough, which is, it's very awe-inspiring. Let's go on to the women. This is game 3. We left off with black clearly winning. This is the older women, the under 18 championships. Yeah, Gao was ahead significantly, and Grace skipped the U.S. Open game just to play this one at the end. Black is ahead by 15 points. Our previous estimate was around here. Estimated black to be above about 25 to 30 points ahead. And we have the game. And it was a little less than that. We overestimated a bit. But nothing else happened in the end. Black wins by around 15.5 points. I believe they're using Japanese rules for 6.5 points Komi. So it was really interesting. Anyways, the basics of this game, very interesting. White went for a all-out attack on the bottom. Be careful when you go for these very strong attacks. It backfired. Black was in a very good position, up by 13 at this point. At this point, when Black went for this very aggressive invasion move, up by 11, Black went and got herself into a little bit of trouble. Now Black is only up by 2. Which means it's anyone's game at this point. At this point, white was ahead by 3.5. I'm just telling you guys the AI score estimators. White is now ahead by 21.5. When black decides to go for this dubious add a move on the inside Atari. And it was this moment we pointed out here. White was still ahead by 11. I'm sure the move was to connect. White would be ahead by 10 points. And I'm sure because she prepared so much and gave up so much just to play this one, I'm sure at this moment there's a lot of intense nerves, and it's very exciting, and it's like deciding to attack or defend, forward or back, go for the kill or to go for and everything is uncertain. And the chicken out move here just gave it all up, and this is going to be black ahead by 10 after this. So at a crucial moment, sometimes you can't be too aggressive. Sometimes you have to pull back. Sometimes you have to do it, have to continue and go for the all-out brawling move. Sometimes you can't, and this is one of the beauties of Go. No decision is right all the time, and every game is a little bit different from each. So white ended up paying the ultimate sacrifice by being chickening out a little bit after black made everything alive. Black has a significant lead. And at this point, it was 17.5 for black going into the end game. And congratulations to Gao. And so she plays the US Open. Did she win that? We're not sure, but she played. And Grace put all of her heart and energy into this game. Highly, highly applauded. I myself, deep, immense respect. I wish I could, do something as all in and all in as she does. Very good fight. They'll be back tomorrow for the second round out of the three. So we have now concluded no upsets in this one. We have now concluded 2 out of the 4 games. Time to go back. Time to go to the 4th game. This is the younger women under 13.
Oh, you want to go with
Likely 12. Likely 12-year-olds. This is Rainy, the 2-dan versus the 3-dan, Chen. We left off a little bit earlier. It was Chen going for a very dubious all-out capturing attack. And at this moment, actually, when Black captured here, White was ahead by 2.5. The idea was White's capture of the 3 stones on the top was enough to actually give White the lead. Q2 in Sente was huge. White probably connects this. This was a very big endgame. Nope. Hard to figure out the move. In any case, this was not going for the kill. Was a slight favor. Game slightly favored White. Unfortunately, going for the kill, now the game is going to favor Black a little bit. And we can see here, even though White is clearly attacking Black, but at the end of the attack, White was the one having to play this move, connecting back in Dame. Black captured 5 stones in the middle. That's super strong thickness. And let's see if White had anything else besides that move. No. And so at this point, Black came out with an insurmountable lead. Be careful when you go for the attacks, guys. Defender's advantage is real. And at the end, Black got Sente. Black got a big endgame move at S17. And not much happened in the rest of this endgame. And Black ended up winning by 8.5. Perfect. Congratulations to Black. This is a little bit of an upset, 2-dan versus 3-dan. They'll be back again tomorrow. Congratulations. And we are now going to go back to board 1, where we left off at a very crucial move 83. Move 83. While Chris is getting the board up.
You get the game. I just need to change the names.
We got 50 moves beyond. We left off here. It was very important for White to go for that exchange. Maybe it's better to go with a push and cut, and then take Sente like this. Maybe, but then maybe White had to play the Knight's move. Let's see what he picked. Kevin did play the move, and that variation we just showed was a little bit better than our variation. This just really shows again the caliber of these 2 players. Super, super strong. In the game, Black Atari here, not wanting to play that cut Atari, which would give White the Sente. Expect White to connect, and then play the... when Black connects, plays this move, aiming to capture 2 more stones. This actually is very favorable for White. Very interesting. Right now, Atari, this is going to be favorable for White too. So White actually came out with a very nice set of moves. Black getting this Ko in Gote was actually the best move in this position. Black did not go for that. Black played the outside Atari, White connects. Now Black didn't want White to, bamboo. And if White captures 2 more stones, there's no liberty race on the bottom. And when Black Atari this to save the right-hand side, White is going to cut now at 06. This is White really capturing everything Black had. Remember before when Black played S3, this group was supposed to live. And so this is now a bit, it's a success for White. White still has to win this Liberties fight. So this is what happened next. So hold on to your butts. This is not settled yet. Okay. White is now ahead by 10. Before this move, White was ahead by 12. So Black somehow didn't play the best moves in this spot. Okay, let's see what happened later. There were dozens and dozens of moves coming up. Right now, the problem is when Black plays here, white is winning the liberties fight directly with this move. So really, black totally lost the lower right corner. So white cuts, and let's see what happened here. White defense. This way saves one more point. So this is very interesting. Black plays here. If white is really sinister, white may go for something like this. White has 5 liberties. And what I see here, this is, what is this called? This is the tombstone shape, the big-headed ghost. And this is a big-headed ghost. If white will be able to do this, with 5 liberties against black's 4 liberties, that would be like lights out, game over, knockout. Maybe black has something else. This would be if white was really sinister. If white is in a better mood, white would play this one, play a sente, and then play the inside. In any case, this sente might allow white to have some more. Don't play any more liberty reducing moves, black. Just this sente itself is already a good exchange. Right now, when white plays the cut Atari, black, the 1 stone is not that important. So, don't allow white to take that. It's here. So here, white had a very good opportunity. Likely, this move likely lost a lot of AI points. No. Okay. Okay. White is ahead significantly, but not above 10 points, 7, 8 points. Black attacks the left. How do you attack, guys? Chris, you're like this. How does the one attack? Yes, the headbutting move. The headbutt. We love the headbutting moves. Yes. Hane, and then connects back. Now white counterattacks the top with a simple jump. Likely white spent a lot of time. We remember a move 83, white was stuck on that move for a long time. So Kevin is probably under a lot of time pressure, 30 seconds per move. Josh probably has more time, so this could become a factor as well. White gives up on the top, captures 1 stone on the bottom, just 1 stone. This may not be big enough. Black Ataris and jumps. So here black is rapidly catching up in terms of values. Let's see. White turns. White clearly is feeling very good about the game so far. Let's catch up to the game. Black is surrounding a lot of territory, and white invades. Very, very interesting. This is, if white survives here, it's likely going to be white victory. If black captures white here, black is going to hold on. White is ahead by 7 points in the AI, but I have no idea if the 7 points is with the group dead or with the group alive. Needless to say, very, very exciting either way. Wow. I have to say, guys, the Redmond Cup, the young generation of players are really, really coming into the spotlight. All 4 Redmond Cup players are in the Masters League. We've never had 12 and under players play in the Masters League. So whoever are the teachers for these players, give them a big thumbs up. And if they don't have, super big set teachers, or, they have like 5 teachers, congratulations to the players who are reaching this point. So let's assume, we have a few more moves. Let's see. Black played the block. Here. Hane, block, crawl. White is rapidly making all those eye shapes. At Hane have to block to capture white. This is going to be sente moves if black wants to capture white. And then there is the Atari and extend. So far, it looks like the position is holding, which is more headaches for us, the timers here. Who knows how that's going to go. In the game, white Atari's perfect. And white cuts, black extends. You can't let white have 4 liberties. Nice. Black extends, white plays a cut, the extend as we expected. We have a headache. They may have some kind of headache as well. White plays this peep. This one is not at the most important spot. If black captures the left, black has the 3 stones captured on the right, so be a great time to give up a few stones to move on to develop and surround the left. Could this peep be answered or not? Or not answered? Let's see where black played. In fact, black is turned the game around with this peep. Black is ahead by 8. Let's just see if the AI move, if the move that he chose in the game, is one of those moves. Black jumps. This is a bit of an answer, so it was definitely not the AI move. I'm sure the sacrifice was. No, the sacrifice here was not either. I have no idea what the move was. It's hard to figure out. So here the game is deadlocked. This is super exciting. White has trouble figuring out exactly what he can do on the left. Black, of course, is going to answer everything. Just jumping is actually not likely to work. Black plays here. Interesting. So both sides are not budging any little bit. If black just captured this now, it's very even. If black plays a push, very even. We can find some even moves, but we can't find the move that gives black a lead. So black is ahead by 4.5. That peep was it. But anyways, black played here, white played another extension in. Yeah, the group captured 3 stones. It's basically alive. That was very nice. Keep in mind, Kevin is likely under severe time trouble, and so another push here. This is, the AI is now favoring white, but white just peeps here. This is starting a second fight. Black blocks. White is ahead by 3.5. White peeps. Black is ahead by 2.5. It's very hard to figure out the best moves for both sides. We have a few more moves in. I'm sure the move is connect. White hanes. White plays this move. White plays a wedge. Ooh, this is not likely to work. White's gonna cut Atari, connect in Sente. Black is gonna capture. White is gonna Atari and connect out. Black does capture 1 stone. And believe it or not, this is actually more favorable for black. White survived, but it's more favorable for black. Very nicely played. The capture is going to happen. Push Atari or not. This is going to happen. White is now ahead. Interesting. What if white plays here and then plays here? Black is ahead now, but where is the move? Where is a move? It's not a push. Aha, it's Hane. Get some points before leaving. This is even crazy. This game is so close. They've played for 2.5 hours, and it's totally on the knife's edge. We're gonna. We actually played a few moves for the players. We left off at the Atari. This is how the game is at the moment. You guys can see on TV. Expect Kevin to play a move every 30 seconds. And Josh is leaning in. Maybe at Byoyomi already. It's 60 minutes each.
It's 60 minutes. 60 minutes. It's the same things you guys are playing.
Add 20 seconds?
I think so.
Interesting.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Interesting.
Also, folks should be aware that reception with the strong players and the pros has moved into our room, so we're going to have some company soon.
We're going to have company with all the pros. It's going to be a big party
and your
here. This is great.
Players.
Oh, and my fellow Masters players, so strong players.
Them in to help you.
And strong players, and all the pros, and some organizers, and volunteers. Oh, this is great. Oh, yeah.
It was either here or next door, so we invited them over here.
Oh, yeah. Play it for longer, Kevin and Josh. Let the people come quietly.
No, not you, but yeah, when your buddies come in.
Yes. My buddies. Okay, many moves have been played. Capture expected. Atari expected. Atari here expected. Hane here expected.
Expected. This is
Did they
our
play
game.
all
This is our game, right?
Yeah.
But they must be listening to you.
So white plays here. This is clearly the biggest endgame, and here white does not play the
Black is gonna
cardinal scene, which is surrounding the territory like this. Very interesting. White goes in. Black is now ahead. But does K3 keep black ahead? No! White is ahead by 3. We may have a very weak low play out AI, or there's something very, very important that both players are not doing right now, which is black plays here, connect. This threatens here, cut. This threatens that, of course. And then maybe if white plays here, connect. Well, connect this. This is dead. So this is not hit. This is not hit. Could it be something here? Could there be something here? What do you think, Chris? There is usually this means there is something missing. But well, let's find out together. They are both under a lot of time pressure. White pushes, black blocks, white just defends. This is likely, this is likely something that we are missing in the black shape. It must be that extent. That must be it. Okay, so neither players played it. And right now it's black's turn. Black has a lead. Let's see if black honeys, which would be Sente move. White has a lead, so this must be something here. Connect this Sente. Maybe connect here. And then extend. This is for sure to happen. Black has to connect this. This double threat of the net and the push. So white may play here. This is a net. Let's rule out the most unlikely. This is better for black. Now let's go for the less probable, the more probable. Sacrifice the 2 stones. Black is still ahead now. Black is going to be ahead now. Extend black, connect. This is now already good for black. Let's rule this out. Atari. How is this? This is good for black. We are not able to figure this out. Hopefully some people in chat are able to figure it out, and very, very interesting. It could always be that the AI is just not onto something. I also see something here, Chris. Peep, push, and then cut. So this way you get an Atari Insensei, then extend, and black is cut out. Some kind of...
No, you missed something. There was Atari.
Yeah.
Sequence again.
Some kind of a invasion here, maybe. But if I peep now, there is this move, so that's not gonna work. But maybe if I play here now, no, that's not gonna work. So it's very troubling when the professional cannot figure it out. It's always very, very troubling. Chat probably knows, but who knows? There is another thing, which is extend. No, we try to extend. Let's just see if they are able to play it out in the game. I would have lost as black and white, just like them. I do not see the move. Just like them, I am not sure where the move is. Okay. White ahead by 1.5. Black plays the end game. Let's see. Suppose white pushes once and black plays there. White is ahead by 3.5. This has me stumped. There could always be something. I don't know, Chris. Let's just enjoy the show. And they're both very short on time in the game. White, did we play this or did white? Did we play this on the board? Let's refresh the page.
Extend.
I'm not sure. This is what we played on the board. This is going to be favorable for black the last time we checked. So there is another possibility.
Which is
Yeah, there's always a possibility. Huh? Connect. Play this. This is Sente. This move. We interrupt the most exciting game ever for professionals. So it looks like this was played, and black now has an advantage. Guys, hear the background. All the professionals are walking in the room. The highest density of professional players ever. Hopefully they come over and say hi. Let's move the camera.
yeah, you can actually just take the camera. You just take the camera.
That's very risque. Let's take a moment. Reactivate. Activate.
There we go.
Okay, we're back. Can we? Are we gonna take the camera again?
Just don't pull it for it.
All the professionals are in the room, guys, and with all the volunteers. First, let's have a word with players who have just played. Last moment. Is that Gao Zixuan? Gao Zixuan? Gao Zixuan? Oh no, it's Stephanie. Sorry, Stephanie, come over. Say hi to the everyone. So this is Stephanie. Yeah, we're live. This is great. This is Stephanie. She commentated this morning. Right?
It's actually
No, it was someone else. Okay. It was Cassie. Okay. This is Wang Haozan. Say hello to everyone. The white shirt is the Haozan. Yeah.
This is the 24 Chicago champions
2024 Chicago Open champion
and the Chicago Rapid champion.
and the Chicago Rapid champion.
That's the champion of the year.
Chicago Parago champion. This is Ryan Lee in the white shirt in the back. He is our strongest NAGF professional. He's also our highest. Next to him in the black shirt, clearly he read the memo on Texas-sized air conditioners. Watch what he's holding. He's holding a winter jacket. So he clearly did his homework on Texas-sized air conditioning and how the Americans like to do it. Besides him is Jia Ganglu. She does a lot of Go commentaries. The most out of all of us. She appears on many different Go channels. She's also very famous because her husband is very famous. Her husband's name is Tan Xiao, and in the Beihai Cup tournament that just happened in April, her husband beat the #1 player in the world, Chen. So I was there when it happened, so I know this is the inside scoops. The player next to him is one of the most. Yeah, that's Simon. Someone we don't care about him. The next to Jia Ganglu is slightly down. Next to Jia Ganglu is Zhong Wenjin, likely the strongest player in campus. He is a 6P. He was very deep in many different tournaments. He was a very active player. Next to him in that green shirt in the back is Oh Song Hyun. He was the last year's U.S. Masters winner. All right. They're kind of far. Deep in the back by the window, guys. That's Zhou Junxun, another 9P professional. The very chubby guy is Wang Yuanjun, the strongest player, another 9P, who is playing in the NA Masters this year. This is Evan. Evan just played his game, and he lost, so he probably doesn't want to chat with you guys. Don't worry. Don't rub some salt into the wounds. Over next to him is the guy with the buck teeth. Right next to the red-faced 9P was a 7P he's an old 7P who is playing in the US Open with the six dance. Now, I highly disapprove of this activity. It's called sandbagging, but you do whatever you want to do. And here, let's put the camera back. They're kind of far, but 3 9-dans in this room.
Pretty nice, huh?
Strongest North American pros in this room, and very, very nice. And how is our last game? Oh, they played a whole bunch of games. We're up to 223. This branch, and we're gonna be good. 193. White Hannes plays this move. White is trying. Is it gonna work? White just plays this move. That's not likely gonna produce anything in the back. So this is how the game is gonna end. And we were not able to figure out what would have made White ahead. At this point, it's Black ahead by 2.5. So we were not able to figure it out. So, very, very interesting. At this point, Black just made another 2 extra points here. That does not have to connect there. And this is likely a victory for Black going into the end. Black is ahead by 3. Probably want to play this Sente move. And very unfortunate. I'm sure White was ahead at some point, but he is not ahead now. He was not able to find enough Aji on the left. We couldn't find the Aji move, so let's just say whoever wins this game will fully deserve it. Super, very fine-grained, and White captured, but White was not ahead by very much. White invaded. It's okay. Wait. We played these moves, didn't we? No, these moves were played on the board. Black Ataris. This is gonna be a small Black victory. We're gonna stay with this game until the end, guys. How do you think the noise in the room level is? Anyways, it's not so important for the players to see my face. In the back here, you'll see Stephanie talking to one of our organizers. This is Yisan Huang, guys. This is Yisan, guys. Yisan, look here. So if you appear here, yes, we're live. Yisan's the most famous teacher. Get lower, get closer to this, and say hi. Wang Yuanjun, say hi to the people. This is the highest rated player in the Masters this year. This is Wang Yuanjun. On Fox, he has a silver crown. Which means he's a national champion or a international second place. It's a very big winner. He's probably the strongest player in the Masters. We have 2 9-dan professionals in the Masters. We were in for a great treat. We also have a lot of very strong players from Taiwan, and they send a lot of amateurs, a lot of professionals. 3 9-dan professionals. So this is a real treat. Would you guys like to see Alan and Jeremy? Jeremy. Alan and Jeremy are the two strongest amateur players in the Northeast, in the New York area. Alan is a really tall guy in the green shirt. Jeremy is a shorter guy next to him, but shorter but more handsome guy in the next to him. I keep trying to get these two to play in our pro qualifiers, but not yet. So say hi to everyone, guys. Oh no, sorry, you guys were not in. This is Alan and Jeremy, very, very good friends. Nice. All right. This was a great treat. And that's Stephanie. You get all the representatives to the World Amateur Go competition. That was Alan for USA, and Brady. Brady is right over there for Canada. And they're eating some really fancy food. So I just got hungry all of a sudden, but I will stick with the game because let's go see. 390s, guys. 390s. Black is now ahead by even more, by 4 points. Really looks like the lower left there was some Maji that we could not find.
Trust that count because we don't have the correct.
Komi?
I don't think we have the correct design. I'm not sure if we have the correct.
Don't worry. Yeah. Still, clearly black is ahead, and by around 4 points, this is gonna be very, very.
You can call it whatever you want.
Call it what? Call it what? You mean end before the game finishes? No. End before the game finishes. Black is ahead by 4.5.
Locked in, they're still fighting for every point.
Chris, you think we can take the camera into the room when they start counting? It's connected to wires, so that may not be possible.
The problem is it's connected to this computer.
That's too bad. That's too bad. That's too
this
bad.
eventuality.
Yeah, this is.
If I plugged it into here, I wonder if I could switch it to.
If it happens, it'll be a different commentator on a different day. So no worries there. No worries there. Guys, wait, guys.
Wait.
No, don't.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid.
Don't worry, guys. This room is full of the strongest North American room of players ever. 100, the winner of the Chicago Open 2024. I'm sipping my water. No. We're looking at this game.
Maybe while we're looking.
No. It's we're sipping our puny little pitiful water. They're all having a grand old time. Appetizers, snacks, bacon wrapped dates, bacon wrapped. Everything is bacon wrapped.
Everything is bacon wrapped.
Everything is bacon wrapped. Texas sized. Tomorrow. Okay.
So this is where out of the open and master game is streamed.
The next
Redmond.
Oh no, you were. This is a Redmond Cup. Black is ahead by 4.5 points at this point. A very heartbreaking victory. Will be a heartbreaking defeat for white.
You can see
This is still live.
Yeah, they're still playing.
the next room.
This is this one part may have been a bit of the
Maybe you have to
difference.
figure out where white goes.
Yeah. What if white does not make the peep? What if white just attaches? That would forego the need. If everything happens the same way, this would forego the need for white to play that bad exchange, right? In case something like this happened, and then if white was able to block from the outside, and great. So in the game, when this happened, suppose everything happened in the game. This attach, white still, if black still played this wedge, then something like this, and white is still able to keep a 3-point lead. Now this would this would force black to play this push, and this is a white victory at this point. So maybe we found it, maybe it was the inside peep, but we're really not sure at this point. White would be kicking himself, thinking this was good enough. We thought this was good enough. Me and you, Chris. We both thought it
pretty. I thought it was.
It was sort of like, White is gonna go on to win after saving the stones. But no, this was good for black. He made the E18, D18 exchange inside for out. This would be a real heartbreaking way to lose if it happens. Boy, do we feel for them. At this point, when black plays here, white still is ahead, but we can't find the move. We can't find the move, Chris.
You can't find it, dude.
Even with this all the technology that we have, not able to find the move. We do know push. Black was not going to be able to block.
White by 5.
Yeah, maybe it was just this push, cut. Black has to connect on the inside.
Whoa!
Did we find it? So push, block, peep, connect. This would be 4 liberties. White would capture the corner or some kind of a code. This is all good for white. Remember that connecting here at B6 is also Sente, so white has plenty of liberties. Black has to carry. White cuts.
Nope.
It was not a cut either. It was not a cut either. Oh, maybe it was a connect.
It's all good for black.
Yeah, all these moves work for black. This works for white, we just talked about. Maybe if black blocks this. Crazy. We're not able to figure out the moves, guys. Not able to figure it out. Anyways.
It's bugging you, isn't it?
If we can't figure it out.
It's bugging you.
Yeah. So who could blame white for not figuring it out? And maybe the AI is not right. Maybe the AI was confused. They're counting at the end now. 5. They did not play these 2 moves. We're gonna keep a very, very clean game record. The top line is gonna be the line. They finished the game. They counted. The estimator has black by 4.5. That's not gonna change. Don't worry, that's not gonna change. It's gonna be 4.5. This is gonna be official. We'll wait for you to come back for the final confirmation. This would be a real heartbreaker for white. I'm sure white was 100% expecting a win after the lower right-hand side capture, and he was leading by so much, but this would be real heartbreaker. But this just means we have another chance to see more of these 2 tomorrow. Would have anyway. I'm hugely rooting for a 1-1, and hopefully that works. Josh is much shorter, so much smaller of the 2 by size. So by age, they're probably similar. Maybe Kevin is 14, Josh is 13, something like that. But Josh is a much smaller player, so size-wise, so he's definitely the underdog. He's the smallest. He's probably about 70 pounds or so. Probably the lightest Masters player in history. So
3.5 for black.
Definitely is a huge underdog. So we're very happy to see him win. The final score was 3.5 for black, and since we have all the games covered, we saw no upsets today. Josh won the 7-1 by 1.5 points. The 5 down one, the favored senior women won. The under 13 women was a bit of an upset. The 2 down beat the 3 down, but they were very close. So
The one that had a chance.
the one that had a great chance, she was up by 12.
Commentary.
And no, she's gonna feel bad no matter what when you can see the AI review and see that if only I didn't chicken out, it would have worked. And
But that'll be the lesson.
well,
Be the lesson, Coach.
this is it's a very hard lesson because sometimes you want to chicken out. Sometimes it's very hard. This is why Go is so amazing to play.
There's gonna
And
be, we should probably
good luck to everyone tomorrow. And I'm gonna get a lot of appetizers, a lot of bacon wrapped stuff. Go Congress, guys! See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, another different Redmond Cup winner is gonna commentate. Definitely another professional. So stay tuned. See you guys tomorrow. This is Michael Chen checking out. See you guys.
All right.
So this went about 3 hours, less than 3 hours.